Short answer, which is the future for the UK is very bleak indeed. We're heading for a world that's deeply divided. We're heading for war, quite frankly, and it's a pretty depressing time. An alternative answer, I think, the metaphor that we're at a crossroads is used a lot in politics, but I really think it's never been so valid. I think we're at a space that if people left of centre, progressives, liberals, can all come together and say, actually, we can do much better than this. The world is in turmoil, and actually this is a time now that is an opportunity that people are waking up. One positive thing about Brexit, it's a very small silver lining, is that, I've just moved to Tottenham, for instance. I can hear in cafes people are talking about politics. I don't remember a time in my life where you would just casually hear people on the street talking about politics so much. I think it's about fueling that national conversation and actually saying, let's look at an alternative. Let's look at a different way that we can fund political parties. Let's look at a different voting system so we can empower people and they can have a voice in who we elect. Let's have a look between that relationship between politicians and people. And most importantly, let's really have a conversation now about what is Britain's place in the world. When we look at conflicts like Syria, for instance, it's an incredibly messy conflict. At one point we were going to arm Assad, at one point we were going to arm the rebels, then we know that those arms probably would have fallen into the hands of ISIS. I don't think it's good enough to say we just back away from that crisis and say it's nothing to do with us. But at the same time, instinctively within me, when there's conflict and people are dying, it doesn't make sense for me to either to put more weapons and more fire into that situation. I don't have an easy answer for that, but I think that's healthy. I think it's about time we start to admit that there's not easy answers to these things. It's not about, are you in Labour, are you in the Liberal Democrats, are you in a different party? It's actually about saying this is about humanity. This is about building up relationships with people, not making enemies, and looking for better ways for the world.
Before I come